What's up, my fellow creators? Welcome, guys. I hope you're having a beautifully, phenomenally blessed day. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel down below, set that notification bell so you always know when the next video does go live. And with that being said, today, guys, I thank you for joining me for a moment in Becky's House of Cards, where today we are going down the rabbit hole with what your mother could say to you if she could. Like what advice she'd give to you, what love she would give to you, whatever it is. And it doesn't matter if she has passed on or if she is still currently here, or even if you guys didn't have a good relationship. This is the depth of her soul, what she as a soul being would tell you, okay? And honestly, I don't know where this came from. It just came up one day and I knew I had to do it. So with that being said, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what does not, and we'll see what messages do come through. And I pulled out my Divine Goddess Oracle with the Kuan Yin because that's the Divine Mother, so I feel like that's a great place to start with. And yeah, I also brought out my Shaman Wisdom Oracle cards as well. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. What messages, Source, does Mother have for the collective? Pick a pile, 1, 2, and 3. Whether she's living or she's in the ether, it does not matter. What messages would she pass on to her child? Collective, pick a card, 1, 2, and 3. What inspiration, what love, what information can she give to help them along their journey, to help them heal any blockages that they may have? What messages does the Divine Mother, our Life Rose, have to give us? The collective, pick a card, 1, 2, and 3. What messages does Mother have to give to us? The collective, pick a card, 1, 2, and 3. What messages does Mother have for the collective? Pick a card, 1, 2, and 3. What could she tell them? What could she tell them if she could? Collective, pick a card, 1, 2, and 3. What could the Mother tell them if she could? What could she tell them if she could? All right. Okay, for pile 1, what would Mother tell pile 1 if she could? Thank you. Okay, for pile 2, what would Mother tell them if she could? For pile number 2, what messages does Mom have for pile number 2? Okay, wow, that one's coming out, and so is this one. So I want it to be like that. Okay. And for pile number 3, what messages does Mom have for pile number 3? What could she tell them if she could? Thank you. What messages does Mom have for pile number 1? What would she tell them if she could? Wow. Okay. Thank you. Okay. And for pile number 2, what would Mom tell pile number 2 if she could? All right, thank you. And for pile number 3, what would Mom tell? Wow. Thank you. And what would Mom tell pile number 1 if she could? What messages does she have for pile number 1 if she could? Oh, wow. Not a whole stack. Okay. What messages does Mom have for pile number 1? What would she say to them if she could? Thank you. All right. And what messages does Mom have for pile number 3? What would she tell them if she could? What messages does Mom have for pile number 3? What would she tell them if she could? Pile number 3. Okay. Nope. I thought they wanted to, but they didn't. What messages does Mom have for pile number 3? What would she tell them if she could? Oh, thank you. Okay. See if I can find a space for my cards over here. I'm like running out of room. So I'm at that point where I need to organize, you know. It comes and goes every few weeks. All right, and then I'll get a Divine Oracle card, Kuan Yin, to pick from. So for pile number 3, what does Mother have to say for pile number 3? Did I say pile number 3? For pile number 1, what does Mother have to say for pile number 1? What would Mom say if she could? What would Mom say for pile number 1 if she could? One card, please. What would Mom say for pile number 1 if she could? Okay, they're telling me this one. So you guys got number 1, got number 8, and that's the Dynasty of the Divine Mother. For pile number 1. Okay, and for pile number 2, what would Mom say to pile number 2 if she could? What would Mom say to pile number 2 if she could? What would Mom say to pile number 2 if she could? Whoa, okay, thank you. We have the Amaryllis Lute. Number 34. And what would Mom say for pile number 3 if she could? What would Mom say to pile number 3 if she could? What would Mom say to pile number 3 if she could? Whoa. What would Mom say to pile number 3 if she could? Alright, they want this one. Blossoms of the Sky Dancer, number 3. Alright. Okay. Make sure these are all in frame here. Okay. So we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Take a deep breath. Pause the video. Meditate on your mom for just a second. And remember, this is, even if you haven't had a good relationship with her, that doesn't matter. This is what her soul, her heart would tell you if she could. If she wasn't blocked by all the 3D guck and all that stuff, okay? Right. 3. Pile 2. Alright, and I'm moving on. Here we go, pile number 1. So for those of you that chose the Dynasty of the Divine Mother, number 8. This is for you. Took a while to shuffle, huh? So what would your mother tell you? Okay, so we have the 4 of Wands in the upright. We have the 5 of Swords in the upright. We have the Page of Pentacles in the upright. I'm proud of you. That's what she says. I'm proud of you. You've done well. You have really come a long way, she says. She's impressed because she feels like a lot of times you don't feel like you've done a lot. And she sees that. And she wants you to know that she is supporting you no matter what. And I think that she feels too that sometimes you feel you'll never get beyond the stage of beginner. And you're focused sometimes on the past, and you're focused on trying to win and be successful at all odds. And you are. But she wants you to know that there's also other things to focus on. Clarity. Clarity is coming. Clarity for your plan of action is coming so that you can manifest that here in the realm of the 3D. And this is new. This is new for you. And you at this moment feel so indecisive. But it's time to look within and to be silent. Listen for my voice. I will help guide you. Do not be afraid to trust me. This is my soul, not my ego. This is my soul talking to you. Gosh, she loves you so much. She wishes the best for you. She always has, even if she's never been able to say it directly to you. She does wish the best for you. Sometimes it feels like you're upset and you're not sure which way to go. You're upset and you're not sure if you're even making the right choices. But what she wants to point out is how you've been able to ignore negativity this whole time. Like there's a situation in your life right now that you need to face from a higher consciousness, and she's showing you that you're doing just that. You're coming up out of it. I want to get one clarifying card for pile number 1. May I please have a clarifying card for pile number 1? What do you want to say to pile 1, Mom? Okay. Yeah, okay. Be careful with your money. It's not that you're not going to manifest money, but what's happening is that right now you're in a situation where you feel pressured, right? You feel pressured to spend your money, and there's no need to. Something else is coming, and it's going to come faster than you can imagine, but you don't want to leave yourself with your tail in between your legs, is what I heard. It's an interesting phrase. There's a new path coming through. And you feel confused. Like I feel like right now you're working and you still feel confused, like as if this is the right path for you to be on. Am I doing the right thing? Well, you are, but you're also leaving yourself with little to no money left because you think you need to spend it all in this now moment, and that's not the case. Things have been set up for you in the way that they're set up for you so that you can survive. So don't be careless. Don't be careless with your money. Don't be careless with what you have. Don't be careless with your material things. It's okay to take care of things. I feel like you've built up a foundation for yourself. Stay true to that foundation and don't overdo it. It's okay to spoil yourself every once in a while, but there's some energy coming through where she's saying that you've overspoiled in some spaces, or not spoiled enough but spent too much on necessary things, even though we have that taken care of for you. Listen to your heart. Listen for your truth. You're growing. You're going to put one project down and pick up another. And you didn't realize this. And it's going to feel weird at first, but it'll turn out being flawless and you'll be happy that you did. So you may have two choices waiting before you in this now moment. Don't be afraid to stabilize your emotions in this time. You're not wanting to face something. I feel like it has to do with your coin. Like you're not wanting to face it because you're like, there's this deep sense of fear coming out that she's acknowledging for you. It's like she understands you're afraid, but there's no reason to be afraid. Like, yes, times are hard right now, but there's a purpose for that. And the purpose is to show you that this need to be afraid with our coin is actually an illusion. We need to be smart with the money. This is a cycle for you. A cycle you're overcoming. It's slow, but surely you're going to overcome this because I think you're aware of it. And out of all this, she just wants to tell you how proud of you she is. She always knew you were going to go on and do great things. And while you might not feel great, you might not feel like you've accomplished anything, you have. You've become a success. You've become something that she never could. because there was so many things against her, and she allowed the odds to keep her from succeeding in life. And now, as you stabilize yourself and your emotions, and you find your own protection within yourself and your own energy within yourself, your willpower, you're going to open yourself up to allow another person to come in and to help you along this journey. You feel alone. She feels that. She feels that in the depth of her heart. You feel alone. And your loneliness makes you afraid, fearful, upset. Wondering, why do I have to be alone? Why do I have to walk this alone? Why do I have to be here without somebody helping me? But the help is coming. There was a lot of healing that needed to be done. And this was a long time. You've spent a long time in this healing energy. You spent a long time trying to overcome things. You spent a long time trying to create balance for yourself. And it was unclear why. I feel like you didn't have the best relationship with your mom. You guys were okay with each other, but you weren't that close. There was miscommunication, and you had to take care of her at times, emotionally, and even sometimes mentally, not necessarily physically. And maybe now physically for some of you. I hear remember when, and then I got flooded with a whole bunch of things. Remember when we went to Disney. Remember when we went to the amusement park. Like, it all has to do with carnival type activities. Like when she got cotton candy. When she bought you a funnel cake. When she won that bear for you. When you won the bear for her. Right? This is a general message. There's just like a flood of things came in. I tried my best. I tried my best, and it didn't always work out. It didn't mean that I didn't love you. It meant that I didn't know always what to do with you. I feel like I need to get one more card. What other messages do you have, Mom, for pile number 1? What other messages do you have for pile number 1? I don't want you to give up. I don't want you to be afraid of life anymore. Live so that the rest of our generations can live. Face the fear. There's something that's staring you in the face that you're really afraid of, and it could be these options that you have. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but she's saying face those fears. The Ace of Pentacles showing up again. This change is going to bring you so much financial stability. Yeah. What did I say? I felt like you guys didn't get along very well. It was like kind of like she was overbearing, and she's acknowledging that. She tried a couple of times to make things happy for you, but it was like mainly she was trying to control you. Because she didn't want to see you get hurt. She didn't want to see you get hurt. Because she understood how hard life could be. From her own past. There's a secret that she has from her own past. Abuse of some sort. Some of you may know about it, but a lot of you don't. But she's saying that if you stop and think about everything that you two have been together, that you will see and you will realize the signs and recognize the signs of it. How when she would take out things on you, that didn't even have to do with you. It's because she was stuck in those memories playing over and over again in her mind. And she sees that you don't do that. Maybe sometimes, but you are stronger than she ever thought she could be. And you're stronger than she ever knew you could be. Because all she wanted to do was to protect you from the things that she had to experience as a little girl. You were my world. My precious little world. To see you cry was the worst thing that I could have ever had to experience, and yet I know I am the reason that you cried so many times. I would tell you now that you wouldn't understand, but I know better than that. I know you do understand. And I know that if I had been more honest and open and vulnerable with you, you would understand why I was the way I was. But I was too scared to tell you what the reality of the world was for me. And instead of telling you, it was easier for me to hide. You may be in this beginner's energy. And when you realize that the emotion tied with money was the same emotion that I had tied with money, trying to control everybody so that I could get what I wanted because I felt like that would fulfill the hole in my soul, the hole in my heart, and the emptiness that I felt. But it didn't. It only made me want more, and there was never enough. And for you, now I see you're coming into a space where it will be enough. More than enough. You'll have enough to give. You won't feel trapped any longer. 444 is when I'm trying to communicate with you. 444 is me telling you that you no longer need my protection because you are protection and strength embodied. You don't have to quest for money anymore. That's what kept you trapped in your mind. Four, 5, and 6. You're making progress. I see you, child. I see you like I've never seen you before. Don't let my burdens become your burdens. Don't let the past with how I've observed money and emotions become your reality with money and emotions. Because Source and the universe is gifting you with a new beginning. Okay, please have an animal oracle card for pile number 1. And please have an animal oracle card for pile number 1. Mom, what do you want to tell pile number 1? Mom, what do you want to tell pile number 1? How can we help them along their journey? Whoa, that's way too many. Okay, well, they want that one. So, I'll take that one because it fell out afterwards. Oh my gosh, we got Seahorse Equality. I could never treat you as my equal because I saw you as mine to possess. And I'm sorry. I feel like we could have been friends, best of friends, and I could have learned more from you than you could have ever learned from me, but I didn't allow that to happen, and I'm sorry. It's hard for me still. It's hard for me to see you as the adult that you are, because I'll always see you as my baby, innocent and pure, in need of someone to protect you. Oh my Lord. If you see on here, do you see how this man behind here looks like the protector towards her? That's how your mom felt for you. The one that always had to take the blunt, the blow, everything. You have a promise of a life that I never could. And maybe I did. But I chose not to pursue it because I was too afraid. And now I see you in search of the truth, in search of something better. And there are times when I envy you, yes. And then I remember you are my flesh and blood. And that's something that I should always be proud of, no matter how difficult it is to see. Of course, I always wanted you to do better. It's what every parent should know and should believe. Yet, sometimes my past got the better of me. Keep fighting for your new moon. Keep fighting for the promise. Keep fighting for your new beginning. Don't give up. You're strong. May I please have a shaman wisdom card? Thank you. 42, number 6. So 666 is a powerful number for you. Cherry, feminine, North, Venus, and water. So let's see what Cherry says. Cherry says, I am the sweet cherry. My bark is a medicine that soothes the throat, calms the nerves, and relieves the stress. My leaves slowly fell into your life today to let you know that love and adoration are blooming and graceful fragrance of romance is flowing. My fruit nourishes and delights, which will carry you through any situation. I am the tree that puts you in charge. Oh my gosh, that's the best line right there. She's giving it to you. She's telling you not to worry about what she thinks or how she feels anymore. You're the one that needs to be in charge of you. My healing action cleans, clears, and rejuvenates. I am the tree of the heart. Yes, open up your heart. Don't let your relationship with your mother be the reason that you don't get what it is that you want in life. She is proud of you, even if she can't tell you in this now moment. Regardless of the reason, whether she's past or she's here, she still loves you. She always has. Dynasty of the Divine Mother. The only wish of the Divine Mother Goddess is that all beings be spiritually free. The Divine Goddess calls us to realize our true nature, to fall in love with our own divinity. Enlightenment is a culmination of many small steps, each one as a drop of water, forming a divine ocean of peace, realization, love, and unity within us. An ocean, sorry, the book fell. An ocean that washes away fear, separation, scarcity, and bathes us in abundance and bliss. You carry the torch of enlightenment within you, beloved. Let it shine each day. Sometimes we imagine enlightened beings to be another species to everyday human. Yet there's an old Eastern saying that goes, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Enlightenment is made manifest through small actions we take every day. Sometimes the smallest action can feel like an enormous leap. Yet when that action is taken, we realize that the journey into peace is something that we can choose to take at any moment. The dynasty of the Divine Mother in her spiritual legacy, her endless compassion for human suffering, and her intent to lift humanity out of ignorance into peace, which shines through the Oriental goddess like Kuan Yin, Green Tara, and Mazu. This oracle indicates that your spiritual legacy is important on this planet. You are a channel for the dynasty of the Divine Mother, for the enlightenment of all beings. We contribute to the Divine Mother's dynasty through our choices and creations, from the inner thoughts we hold to the projections in which we invest time, energy, and money. These become part of the spiritual legacy we pass on to generations to come. This is like so crazy. This is everything that I've been saying. Like, it's your choice. You're fixing the line, the generational line, so that everybody else can be happy and have that equality, have that friendship between mother and son, and child, whatever it is. The Divine Mother now guides you to realize that your soul is moving closer to personal enlightenment and is beginning to live it from moment to moment. The more you choose to notice and appreciate these moments, the more they will happen for you. It is the realization of your own process of realization taking place. That, I believe, is metacognition. It is the very exciting, and yet it will not take you away from the world of your loved ones, as you might have feared subconsciously, beloved. It will simply make your light stronger, bringing blessings and peace through your being into the world and your relationships each day. Your personal enlightenment will help the planet in so many ways. You will become stronger spiritual light to which others can look so they can find their way more clearly. You're being asked to surrender ideas about what enlightenment may look or feel like and to realize where it is already emerging within you. You will also receive guidance about your spiritual practice on a daily basis soon. You may be drawn to meditate in a different way, to work with sacred words and prayers, Tai Chi or Qigong, healing arts, and to get acupuncture or massage more regularly. Listen to your heart. It knows unity and has the seed of enlightenment already within it. And follow your inner guidance. This is the pathway to the divine realization and living your everyday enlightenment. The Divine Mother has gratitude for you as a part of her spiritual legacy, a member of the divine and the dynasty of the Divine Mother. This card is also guidance, not to fear if your spiritual path appears to be losing some focus to matters in day-to-day world. Your spiritual focus will return when the time is right, but for now, look to what is happening in your life as a spiritual practice and trust that you are progressing with perfection. Enlightenment doesn't have to happen in an obviously spiritual place. Our life can be a temple for our soul growth if we are open to it from the heart. Let your heart respect peaceful, knowing, and that your spiritual light is shining bright and growing deeply. Yeah, so this is like your mom just wants you to be who you're meant to be because you're healing the world. You're not only healing the world, you're healing their generational line. Every generation that comes after you will be healed because you're healing, and that scared your mom. It's not that she didn't also carry this on her shoulders. She did, but she was too afraid to take that. She was too afraid to take that leap because the darkness of what happened in her past was shadowing her every moment of every day, and she couldn't see beyond that. And so when you came into the world, in order to keep you from experiencing the same thing, which I'm sure you probably experienced something similar to what she did, maybe not the exact same thing, but something similar, she was trying to shield you from that. Look at that. I split the deck and look at what came out. Right? So she wants you to see that you're the one that's planting the seeds. She was afraid to plant the seeds because in her mind, she had to control everything. She had to control what was going on. She had to make sure, look, and then we have the Eight of Swords coming out, which talks about control, anxiety, a need to be in control. What did I say? She needed to control everything, and I didn't even know. That just came out when I split the deck. She felt like she had to control you as well, because not controlling you meant that you could potentially get hurt in the way that she got hurt, that you wouldn't be able to find your footing in the world. And that's what she wishes she could tell you. And it's hard for her to say that because that means that she would have to acknowledge that she didn't do, oh my goodness, I didn't even put that in there, that she didn't do what she needed to on her own journey. All the generations before us had the opportunity to change. All the generations before us took on a soul mission before they came here to this world. But too many were afraid to step beyond what society says, because that's a huge step. And yet here you are taking a huge step beyond that. And you've done so much soul work, the shadow work and the hard things. And you found an inner strength that she's at times envious of, but envious in the way that she wishes she had done it. It's not a bad kind of envious, like, oh my gosh, like I'm jealous of you or anything like that. No, like she's admiration, I think, is maybe a better word here. She admires you for being willing to be vulnerable and open. Something that she could never do. Something that she could never do, because that meant that she was going to show the deepest, darkest parts of herself, and she couldn't do that. So she was controlling to you because that meant that she could some way, shape, or form keep herself feeling like she had some sense about her. That's where the control came from. And really, in reality, she wishes she could have shown a different part of herself to you. And she, in cases where your mom is still alive, she wishes she could. Yet, she doesn't feel like she's able to because she's been so controlled by the past. She's been so controlled in her life. And it's like she feels so out of control that she feels the need to control everybody's steps. It's not just yours, it's everybody around. And she loves you, and she wants you to know that she loves you, and she doesn't want you to think that it's anything wrong with that. Like, she just believes in you, even though she might not say it. And even though she might say some nasty things, or even though she may have said some nasty things, it's not that she meant those things. It's just that you triggered a deeper response in her that made her realize that she did not do what she set out to do. Okay? This is what I have for you, pile number 1. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, set that notification bell down below. And until next time, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love. Until we meet each other again. Mwah. Peace out. I love y'all. Bye. Pile number 2. So for those of you that chose the number 34, the Amaryllis Loot. This is surprisingly a super popular card since I've gotten this deck. It says, what would mom tell you? Okay, we have the 2 of Cups in reverse. We have the Moon card, the Mother card coming out. All right. And we have the 8 of Pentacles in the upright. Okay. Hold on just a second. Let me get a clarifying card for y'all. May I please have a clarifying card for the 2 of Cups in reverse, Mom? Okay. The Hangman in reverse. Temperance in reverse on the bottom. Okay. You're really mad at your mother. And she says, I'm sorry. This is way different energy than pile number 1. Like, pile number 1, it was about control and stuff. But this is something else. Like, your mom did something to hurt you in the past. And this pain has actually kept you from finding love. She didn't mean to. She didn't mean to. You guys fought a lot. You guys fought a lot when it came to life, when it came to your beliefs, when it came to your views. It was kind of like she basically always said how she felt, no matter if it was stepping on your toes or not. Like, it wasn't even, she'd never tried to be kind with you because she was so insistent on you believing the way that she believed. And she feared the future. She feared you growing older. From the time you, like, when you were 2 years old, you guys were arguing. Okay, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Like, every year, it was like, it just, the arguments got more and more, like, rowdy, I guess. Like, I see, okay, so the image that I'm seeing in my head is literally like when cartoons are arguing and they're like flipping around and it's making a whirlwind, kind of like, you know, that's what I'm seeing. And it's just like getting even bigger and bigger and bigger as the years go by. So more chaotic. So I feel like this group is really masculine. Whether you're a man or not, you guys are masculine energy. And this tore you guys up when it had to do with your mom. Like, when it came with the feminine energy. Having feminine energy in your life. You embracing your own feminine energy. And she's bringing that up. She wants you to know that she wishes she could take back everything she said to you. because she didn't see how it was altering your perception when it came to life. She didn't see how it was going to ultimately set you up in regards to what it meant to have love. And that it was only going to make you focus on work, but the only reason you focus on work is because of this disconnect between you and her. You know, and it's interesting that the Moon card's the only upright mystery card that we have here, because this is the Divine Mother. Not only is this a Divine Mother, it's the subconscious being purged of this energy. And I feel like this is something that you're coming to realize soon. But your perception on the feminine energy in life, okay? Again, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. This is the feminine energy that you have in your life. The perception that you have on it is twisted, to say the least. It's like basically you can't do anything feminine without feeling some sense of guilt or anger tied to that. Why didn't you just love me? I hear that. I hear you asking that. And she says, I did. But I didn't know how to show you love. I didn't know how to show you love because I was raised in an environment that was similar to how I raised you. Fighting is what I knew. I felt like fighting was how we showed love. And I felt like the sooner that you and I got to fighting, it meant the sooner we could begin to love each other. And I did not understand how much it affected you and how much it designed the life that you live now and how much you feel like you have to fight and be on the defense for everything that you do in your own life. It was exhausting. It was exhausting what we went through. And I was greedy. And I was greedy about it. I wanted you to feel exhausted because I was exhausted, and I didn't realize that you weren't the one to blame, but I wanted to blame you because it was easier blaming you than to even look at myself. And she said some really nasty things to you, and she wishes she hadn't. Like, she really wishes she hadn't. More than anything. She wishes she took the high ground. And instead, she let her emotions control the words that came from her mouth. And regret. Deep regret. And she says that you should be happy she's living in regret for the way that she treated you. But she asks for your forgiveness. And I hear resistance from you, Pile 2. I do. I hear resistance. I hear you asking, why does she deserve to be forgiven? Why does she deserve to be forgiven when she was so rude to me? And the reason she deserves to be forgiven is not to say that what she did was right, because it wasn't. What she did wasn't right. And you forgiving her doesn't mean that she gets away with it. You forgiving her helps you to come back into a place of balance. It helps you come back into a place of understanding what love is. Because right now, you're fighting. You're fighting to change. And she sees that, and she's tired of seeing you fight because she always fought you. She wanted you to do everything she said. You had to live conventionally because I was raised to believe that convention was the only way that a person could succeed. I see that that's wrong now. Her soul is sorry. Her spirit is sorry. And her heart aches for a different way. But ego is the ruling aspect in my life, my child. And I can't change that right now. I feel like I'm not ready to let go of my own ego, but I ask for your own safety and for your own well-being. Forgive me and let me go. Even if I argue with you in that regards, and I try to find a way to make you come back, I know I have to let you go. I know I have to let you spread your wings and fly. I know I have to let you find your own way and to see the world from your real perception, not my skewed perception, which is what I have created in your life because I was greedy. I was greedy about the way you were treated by your father. I was jealous. I was mad because you guys had a closer relationship than I felt like I had. And the reason that was is because I felt like I needed to argue with everybody. I felt like I was never heard. And I feel like I was misunderstanding because if I had been kinder to you, that you would have listened to and heard everything that I had said. I was my own demise. And in being my own demise, I had to be everybody else's demise as well. I was addicted to this. I was addicted to being this way, to being the one that caused all the problems, to being the one that caused all the situations, to being the one that caused all the upsets in your life. I'm even the reason that no one loved me in the end. I lost you and I still could only see my greed for wanting your love. And I couldn't understand why you couldn't love me. I couldn't understand why you didn't see who I really was. And I wanted to give you my heart more than anything else. And I thought that's what I was doing. But all I gave you was upset and heartache and heartbreak. And I let you down. I let you down and I scarred you by trying to conform you to my viewpoint in the world. And I didn't want to change. And now you don't want to change. And you don't want to change because I instilled that into you. And I made you believe that the world couldn't change. And I know that that's not right. I feel like it's all my fault. I saw your light. I saw how bright you shined, and I saw how everybody fell in love with you. And that really brought out that jealousy deep in my soul because no one ever saw me that way. No one ever saw me as a person to love. They only saw me as a person to fight with. And maybe that's my own fault because I fought with everybody all the time. Because everybody in my family fought. But you have an opportunity at a new beginning. You have an opportunity to get away from the intrusion that I've caused in your life. And I may fight tooth and nail in this physical world, but my soul knows that you need to go and spread your wings and leave. Time to fly the coop. You were supposed to be my greatest joy. The greatest gift I could have ever been given. And I threw that away. And now I want nothing more but for you to heal the imbalance within yourself so that you can bring real love into your life. Because my control only meant that I couldn't have what I wanted. And I knew that. I knew that. I knew that I couldn't get what I wanted. And I knew that I couldn't make anything happen to be the way that I wanted it to. But I fought with everything that I had. Still do. And I still refuse to let myself see the grandeur of your light. Because I want you all to myself. And I don't want to let you have anybody else. And I think that's why I fought so long with you and so hard with you about everything. I couldn't see anything from your viewpoint because I didn't want to. I didn't want to see that you could potentially be right. I didn't want to see that maybe you had reason. I didn't want to see that you were so much better than I was. Plainly, I closed my eyes on my own child. What does that make me? I can understand if you don't wish to forgive me. I can understand if you don't want to give me that peace of mind. I can understand. In this moment, my soul and my heart, my spirit asks you to do this not for me, for you. You've been bound and binded by my poor view of the world. I recede. I should have been the mother to you that you needed, but I wasn't. I didn't build anything of strength with you. I built everything on a sand foundation, and everything tumbled and fell as soon as I finished building it. You were my last hope. My last hope at redemption, and I couldn't even give that a chance. I hope that you take these words and you understand that it is true. That if I were to strip away all this hurt and this pain, if I were to strip it all away, that the words I tell you now are true. I love you. I love you like the earth loves and nourishes the seed, and I just couldn't understand that. Like the moon dances with the stars. Like the sun that warms your face. Oh, your beautiful face. That I was jealous of too. Because I knew you had more opportunity in life than I could ever have been given. By holding on to you and trying not to lose you, I've lost you for forever. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. What more can I tell you to show you? I didn't mean any of this. Even if it felt malicious towards you, I did it because I couldn't see what was standing in front of me. I did it because I thought that's what it meant to protect you. And I did it because I did it for me. I never did it for you. I did it for me. And I'm sorry. I'm not heartless. I put up a big front because I don't want people to see me. I don't want people to see the ugliness that lives within inside of me. And yet, by trying to hide from that, that's exactly what I became. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. My tears mean nothing to you. I know you're hardened to me. I know. I higher self knows the truth, and they know how special you are, and I too know how special you are. I just couldn't see, and I'm sorry. I have to let her go, guys. I have to. It's a little bit overwhelming. Let's get some oracle advice for you guys. Woo. Mom, what do you want to tell pile 2? Woo. That came out right away. I'm reliving a cycle, and I put you through the same thing. I didn't protect you when I needed to protect you. Don't relive the cycle that I gave to you, because that's not fair. What oracle advice do you have for pile 2, Mom? Yeah. Everything was so black and white. I couldn't see the gray area. It was either good or bad, and I lived in a state of always being in bad. Not just myself, but the world around me was awful, and I didn't see that without bad there can be no good. Just like without lightning, there is no thunder. And I gave my power away to everything being bad. Awful. Overwhelming and terrible. And in giving my power away, the only way that I could regain power was by trying to take yours. And I succeeded in a lot of ways. And now I feel the drawback. And I want you to have it back. I want you to have your power back. I need you to have your power back. Because it's not mine to hold on to anymore. It's not mine to hold over your head. It never was in the first place. I just couldn't see that because everything was so black and white. Yes and no. There were no maybes. And I see now that that's not the truth. Mom, what shaman oracle card do you want for pile number 2? Thank you. Okay, this one too. Wow. We have Maple, which is masculine west, Jupiter and air, number 47. Sagittarius, this is Sagittarius energy coming out really heavy here. The Sagittarius, which is Beaver Moon, baskets and adults, number 9. What happened was when she was older. She was much older when this happened to her. She was a carefree child, but when this happened to her, it broke her. It broke her spirit, what happened to her. And she felt like she had to reciprocate that to the world. Maple. I am maple. My sap flows to provide sweet syrup. Give to the world what you have to offer. Let it flow. Go with the seasons. I grow to be very old. Look around you for old souls, old friends, and old loves. Circulation is how my powers make prosperity part of your path. I am sweetness, which goes hand in hand with cycle. You have to let go of the cyclical blocks so that you can flow freely. And this is a huge cyclical block for you. Broken hearts that you have in your life are all because of this wound that you have with your mother. And she really is sorry. Beaver Moon. I am Beaver Moon. This is the moon of the relationships with the same gender. Friendships can become close without being competitive or jealous. Didn't I say she was jealous? Didn't I say that? Didn't she come through and say that to you? She was greedy about it. She was hurt by somebody that was the same gender as her. Another woman. As you undertake your journey, I provide stamina for the long distance travel. Unlimited possibilities will lead to growth in new areas of interest such as education, philosophy, and spirituality. My nurturing will protect you from outside influences to allow you to achieve your full potential. I am the teacher. So she wants you to know that you don't have to suffer the same way that she did because she was hurt by somebody close to her, a sister, a mother, an aunt, grandmother, a friend. You keep having issues with people who are the same gender and of the opposite sex because of this. It's like all your relationships suffer because she had one really bad suffering relationship. And healing this means something good. Healing this means you release this cycle from your family. You've won a victory, beloved, a victory over the past. The Amaryllis lute is sounding through every cell of your being, heralding your raising vibrations as you leave fear behind you once again. In fact, the lute says you're growing fast and spiritually. You're outgrowing your old life even more so. When your vibration changes, so too does your life, beloved. That has to do with the forgiveness that's needed in this moment. This is natural. It is safe and loving for you to release that which no longer feels right for you, no matter how much it was important in your old life. It might not have the same place in your new life. That anger towards your mom. Just as a musical instrument can play notes at a higher or lower vibrations, your own vibration is being refined as you're growing so fast spiritually. This is wonderful. Be brave as you trust that you are allowed. Indeed, you are spiritually encouraged to allow your vibration to continue rising, even though that sometimes means leaving people, places, situations, and things behind. Some people and situations will grow with you at an equal pace. Others will meet you in the next upward spiral of your unfolding consciousness and life path, and still others will weigh you down. And you will need to let them go so that they may live their own destiny according to their own choices and timing, even if she's not here any longer. You still need to let it go. The more you allow yourself to raise your vibration, to shine victorious in your journey from fear to peace, the more you'll be able to benefit from the quick unfoldment of your higher destiny in your life. The Amaryllis lute calls you upward into your own soul vibration. This healing instrument of the divine mother goddess Kuan Yin sounds within your every cells, helping you to continue raising your vibration into peace. You will feel the effect of the Amaryllis lute when you feel that you want to be more discerning about what you consume and how it might affect you positively or negatively. This may be food, it might be relationships, energies, visuals, or reading materials and music, environments, and emotional tendencies in certain friendships or work environments. This doesn't require stringent or fanatical approaches, but the lute opens you to a greater awareness of how you best work to raise your own vibration. You don't have to make dramatic changes to have dramatic effects. Even a small change in not gossiping or choosing not to engage in non-constructive arguments can make the world of difference. Choosing to smile more, be more gentle and kinder to yourself and others. Do not be a doormat, and be firm and loving about meeting your own needs and are ways to raise your own vibration. Chanting, meditation, and dance can help too. Let the Amaryllis lute sound and guide you to the most beautiful and enjoyable ways for your vibration to rise. Remember that what works for another may not work for you, so it is an experiment, and a fun one at that. For you to rise your vibration to the next level, you need, in this moment, to forgive your mother for her transgressions against you. She did not know what she was doing. She didn't understand any of the effect that it would have on you, nor the amount of resentment that it would create in your life. This is not easy, what you've been through. In fact, it's maybe one of the most difficult things you've had to experience in your life. And it has created a huge, huge hole in your soul and your heart. Because you've only wanted to be loved. And you wanted to feel deserving of love. And you feel like there never was going to be that. Because she didn't allow it. If your own mother couldn't have loved you and been kind to you the way that you needed to be loved and been kind to, who else would even ever have that in your life? And the problem is that you're only inviting people in right now that are a reflection of that, because you've lost your innocence. Your inner child is crying out for help, and in order to heal that inner child, you must forgive her. Not because what she did was right, but because you deserve peace in your life. You don't deserve to be held captive by the choices that she made while you were growing up. You don't deserve to be captive because of the life that she chose to lead. And you don't deserve to be captive because she couldn't see the wondrous spirit that you were, because she couldn't see through her own hurt and pain. Right? So in this time, she wishes for you to understand that she knows that now. Even if she doesn't say that or know that in the 3D or waking realm, she knows that beyond anything in the spiritual realm. Her higher self in the 5D, in the 4D. Right? She is a lower vibrational being in this 3D world. And her higher self is very aware of this. Again, Sagittarius energy coming through. She may be a Sag. You may be a Sag. If not, she might have Sag in her chart. But what has happened is detrimental towards you. And it's kept you from building a life that you've wanted to. And it's still keeping you from manifesting what you want in your life, because there's still this gaping hole within you. And you're trying to fill it by having others love you the way that you need to love yourself now. Yes, maybe your mom should have been the one that loved you and taught you how to love yourself. Yes, absolutely, I agree with that. But she didn't know how, and there's no changing the past. There's no going back and saying, oh, well, let's redo it. That doesn't happen in this life. Rather, what you can do is honor that and allow yourself to grow beyond that. Forgive, not forget, but grow, and know that your character is enough to support yourself on this journey and open yourself up to a grander kind of love. Okay? This is what I have for you, pile number 2. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel down below, set that notification bell so you always know when the next video does go live. And until next time, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love. Until we meet each other again. Mwah. Peace out. I love y'all. Bye. Okay, pile number 3. So for those of you that chose Blossoms of the Sky Dancer, Blossoms of the Sky Dancer, card number 3. What would mom tell you if she could? Okay, we have the Hangman in the reverse, the Fool, and the 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. Move these up a little bit. I got room. And please have a clarifying card for the Hangman, Mom. What do you want to tell pile number 3? Okay, the 10 of Wands in the reverse. And then may I please have a clarifying card for the 2 of Pentacles. Mom, what do you want to tell pile number 3? Mom, what do you want to tell pile number 3? One card, please. May I please have a clarifying card for the 2 of Pentacles in reverse? One card, Mom. Okay, thank you. With the Page of Wands in the reverse on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, okay. Ooh, and the Page of Cups. The first thing I heard was I was great at balancing life, but not my emotions. Very sensitive. Your mom was very sensitive. She took everything very personally, and she knows that. She made you afraid of taking on new beginnings. But you know you must now. Yeah. Oh my goodness. She couldn't communicate how much she loved you. She truly did love you. She just didn't ever say it. Maybe she... Okay, so not maybe. Like the energy that I'm getting here for you, pile 3, is that she bought your love. She bought your love. She bought everybody's love that was around her because she didn't feel worthy of asking for love. It was easy for her to find partners, but it wasn't easy for her to love. Your mom, I get the sense she was single. Oh, that's a 9 of Wands, excuse me. All right, let me connect with her energy. Pile 2 like had me going for a loop. Give me just a second here. I needed some water. My life was difficult, to say the least. I was a free spirit, though. I was a very free spirit, and I took as many opportunities as I could. However, I could never actually amount to anything from any of these opportunities. It was because I felt like nothing was good enough for me. I felt like nothing was good enough for me, and I don't want your life to be that way either. And yet I see how your perspective on anything that comes that's free or that is a possible opportunity, I see how you shy away from it, afraid to embrace it because afraid of what could potentially come from it. That's not what I ever wanted for you. I wanted you to see the world through eyes of a child, but I know that I ruined that for you because I couldn't show you what it was to be in a stable home. There was a lot of instability for you growing up, and I'm aware of that. And in that instability, I'm aware that I could never have taught you how to embrace life in its fullest. And I want you to know that even though I could never express my love to you, it didn't mean that I didn't love you. It just meant that I didn't know how to speak those words because I was never shown how to speak those words. And I'm not asking you to forgive me or to understand where it is that I'm coming from. I just want you to know. I want you to know that I did everything I did for you because I wanted you to live a life that I didn't live. I struggled. I was always so proud of you. Always. And that's never changed. That's never changed for you. That's never changed for me. I know I've told you I'm proud of you, even though I could never say I loved you. And I know all you wanted to hear were those words, I love you. I had many partners in my life. Some you were aware of, some you weren't. And I had these partners so that I could provide for you the things that I thought I couldn't provide for you. But what I realized is that I wasn't truthful in my honesty and my approach to this life. I thought that I could get money for you by being more giving of myself. I thought that I could offer you a better life with the next best person. I realized all that did was create a barrier between the two of us. It created a situation where I feel like you lost respect for me at an early age, and I've seen that, and I saw when it happened, and I'm aware of it. But it's almost like I couldn't help myself. I was a child raising a child. I was a child with a child who didn't know anything about the real world because I was disowned. I get the sense that you were had out of wedlock. And if you weren't, you were a product of a possible shotgun marriage and a divorce. There's a divorce in here for some of you. clueless. I was clueless in what really meant to be an adult in the world. So, every chance I got, I thought I could make something better. But it just seemed to fall apart around me. And what I didn't see is that the whole time, I was the one standing in my own way. I wish I could have just met a rich man and married him, or rich somebody and married them, so that you could have had everything that you wanted. I wish that. I wanted to see you have all the toys you ever wanted, but I couldn't just give them to you. I couldn't afford them. I couldn't be the one that created that for you. So I greedily tried to find life, to find connections that would give that to me, to give me the luxury of life. And I now ask myself, did I really do it for you, or did I do it for me? I think when it really comes down to it, you were the perfect excuse for me. No one would question about doing it for a child. No one ever has. When you say it's because of my child, everybody just kind of like agrees and nods along like they understand, but I don't think that they truly do. I don't think I did. I know I didn't. But I sure balanced a whole lot of different people. Friends and family. You were the reason that I ever got any money in my pocket. From the many jobs that I had, from the many advancements that I had, from everything. It was all for you, and I don't want you to take that on as your fault. No, it was because I didn't understand what it was to have you as a responsibility. But I used you as an excuse to put you as a responsibility on other people, and I apologize for that, but I'm not asking your forgiveness. We both know that we're beyond that. I don't feel like you blame me for any of it, but I feel like you need to know. And I'm so sorry I didn't know what it was to say I love you. I'm sorry I don't. To communicate that would mean that I would have to open my heart. And to open my heart would mean that I might have to actually see myself as a human. And that's hard. I still see myself as the little girl that was pregnant with you. And seeing you grow just makes me realize that I can't go back and change anything. I manipulated too many people. And it was because I loved you and I wanted the best for you, and I couldn't find my counterpart. I couldn't find them. I looked for them time and time again, and what ended up happening was that I was the one that was manipulating people because I knew I could. Giving them false love. You're the only one that's ever had my heart. The only one. It's you. I don't suppose you could understand that, though. Not when it didn't serve you any good and it just put you in a situation where you felt like you needed to fit into everybody else. Put you in a situation where you too are looking but not finding the love of your life. It's not that they don't exist. It's just that I took up so much space in your life that I could never let you be who you needed to be. And you loved me so much. Gosh, I'm so thankful for that. You loved me in a way that no one else could. And I feel like above all this, I don't need to be here repenting. I just want you to know the truth. We had a lot of twists and turns in our lives, and everything was like a roller coaster ride. And yet, you were my ride or die no matter what. And you still are. And I admire you for that. And above all, you need to hear it. I love you. 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 My only wish is that I could have said it sooner. I was too independent for that, though. Who needs love when you got independence, huh? Who needs love when you have the gift of gab, when you're easy to communicate with others and to take action for what you need in life? So for everyone else, I bought their love. I bought their love so that I could give you what you needed and wanted. Because the truth is I could never give my heart to anyone else having you. I just didn't see how it would hurt you, how it would affect you. We sure have had a lot of fun times. We sure have shared so many memories. Some days I find myself just reminiscing about all those times that we had, but then I see what I had done in order for us to enjoy those times, and I can't help but sometimes feel sorry for myself, but really mainly just blame myself for not giving you something better. I just didn't know. Was it worth it? Every moment. To see you smile. To hear your laugh. To hold your hand. To watch as your tiny little hand got big. To watch as you got tall. It was all worth it. You were my everything. You still are. And now I see you as grown, and it makes me realize that there comes a point in time when you don't need me anymore, and you don't need me anymore, and now what do? I've only ever known how to survive because of you. I'm not looking for your empathy in this. I just want you to know. I need you to know. I need you to hear these words because I cannot say them physically to you. I need you to know. You are my life. You are everything to me. You are. And I was. And there's nothing that can change that now. I pray every day I gave you a good life, but I know it could have been different. I know I could have settled down. I know I could have been so much stronger for you, but it was just too much fun with you. And sometimes I'm glad I gave you so many memories, but I think those memories would have been that much sweeter if the reality had been I could have expressed how deeply I have always loved you, my child. I hear my little bumpkin. I don't know why. That just came out of nowhere. I want you to have the world, and I don't want you to get it the way that I got it. I want you to work for it in the honest way. To let go of these barriers and obstacles. I want you to embrace the opportunity and work hard for it and go through the twists and turns that have that, and not just keep leaving each opportunity that you get for something that will maybe be better, because there isn't going to be something that's better. There is going to be either you putting the work into it now and completing the task and being a success at that, or you will continue to live the journey that I put you through. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. I was a child raising a child, and I never grew beyond that. That's why it was easy for me to manipulate, because I saw the world through child's eyes, and I knew how to get what I wanted, and I knew what to say. And it was easy for me to fake having feelings. It was so easy for me to fake giving away love, that I might settle, that I might give somebody everything, when in truth was the only person I wanted to give to anything to was you. That was it. And I never wanted to change. I knew exactly what I was doing. I just often wonder, was there a different way that I could have done it? And I'm sure there are a million ways I could have done it. But you know me. I gotta be blunt. I gotta be truthful. And that's why I can never say how I felt about you. I just hope that you know how. Is this the card that you would like to give to Pile 3, Mom? Is there anything else you'd like to say to Pile 3 from the Animal Oracle deck? Thank you. Raven, news. This is her news for you. If you look, it's like these ravens are flying out of this raven's neck, and there's this man up here with his sword and his shield. What else can I give you, she says. What else can I give you besides what I'm saying now? All you've ever wanted to was hear me say I love you, and that's all I can say. There's no need for forgiveness, because I can't change anything that's been done. It's so done. It's over with. The only thing I regret in life is not telling you I love you more. Your mom was a very blunt person. Very unique. Is or was. Mom, what Earth Magic Oracle card would you like to give to pile number 3? What Earth Magic Oracle card would you like to give to pile number 3, Mom? What else do you want to tell pile 3, Mom? What else do you want to tell pile 3? Whoa. Oh. So when that came out, I heard, I know this will clear up so much for you hearing this. And look, beyond that, new beginnings. Once you're clear and know that I love you and that I did everything for you, and I just wish I could have told you I love you more, you're going to see a new hope. It's always darkest before the dawn, right? Your new beginnings are coming. They're coming. This Fool card and the new beginnings, they're a perfect match for each other. And it's like, I feel like all this time you just wanted to know, did she really love you? She didn't say it very much to you, and that's all she wants to tell you. She's so blunt about it. It's like, her energy is so very unique. It's so different. This pile is completely different from the other 2 piles. They're all been unique. But she's so... Not very many people are as blunt as I feel like she was. So this could very well be for only a few of you. And it might be for a group of you guys. I don't know. But this energy is unique by any means. Like, she never fit into the box of what mom was at all. But it didn't mean that she was any less of a mother. Thank you, Mom. So she's giving you cedar, masculine, north, sun, and fire, and the number 37. It's interesting because she was absolutely a masculine energy. Like, she's a woman, yes, obviously, but she's very, like, she just knew how to take things into her own hand and really, really take care of them. So she leaves you with this message, pile 3. I am cedar. I am the sacred tree of the mountains and the deserts. Burn my bark, needles, and wood, and offer my healing and purifying smoke, which cleanses and removes negativity. Protection is found within my shadow, and I am abundance and prosperity on a material plane as money and wealth, and on a spiritual plane as enlightenment. Use my wood to make practical items as well as spiritual objects such as masks, which help you focus on spirit and not on the person. I am guardian. I am longevity. So, a few things here. She did this absolutely to protect you. It was like she completed the cycle in some way, shape, or form. Like, she did something absolutely separate from what her family did because she didn't know any better. And at the same time, she has created a situation where you yourself will be able to get abundance in this life once you see this whole situation from a new perspective. Once you open up to a higher perspective in regards to how your mom raised you. I don't feel like there's a lot of animosity towards her or the situation. I feel like there were points that you truly enjoyed having time with your mother and truly enjoyed the life that you lived. Like, there's no real big complaints, but there's just the wonderment, like, did she really love me? Because it's like you did all these things together. You went all these places, you like traveled, or you experienced a lot of different things, but she just never could say those words to you. And I feel like that's what you always wonder is did she really love me? Like, did she do this because she loved me, or did she just do this for herself? Like, it was almost like, I think she did it for herself. Like, I think you feel like that, like, for a long time, she did this for herself, and she's telling you, like, no, like, I did it for you. I couldn't love anybody else because she's very young when she had you. Again, these are very specific, and I can't change what are the messages that are coming out. I don't know how to make them more general so they fit a general populace. It's just, these are very specific. So when they come out like this, I have to go with them. I have to go with what's coming through because I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you guys. And I feel like that's exactly how she is. She's not going to sugarcoat this for you. No, nothing in this is sugarcoated. She wants you to know she loved you, and she did everything for you because she couldn't love another person because you're the only one that had her heart. You're the only one. Blossoms of the Sky Dancer, number 3. And she'll forever be your angel and your guardian. If she's still here, she's still your guardian and your angel. It doesn't matter. Kuan Yin dances creative energy and light across the sky, causing blossoms to descend. In the same way, we tap into our spiritual power of creation. We cause our life and all of life around us to bloom. Creation is a natural spiritual power within you, beloved. Force can slow down the process. It is time to stop striving and to allow your manifestation to occur. Trust, let go, and allow your creation to flow. I think you're striving to get her to tell you that she loves you, and that's what they're saying. Like, you just have to let it. You have to let it flow and just know that she does. Like, know that no matter what she does. Kuan Yin is the being of divine feminine power. She dances with the sky and the heavenly powers of inspiration, and as a result, life blossoms around her. Kuan Yin brings you guidance that you are creating something important right now. Something that is aligned with heavenly forces and light, and that is significant for the path of spiritual awakening on this planet. Whether you are fully conscious of it or not, it is happening. Your spiritual light is flowing into the physical plane with the intention to manifest certain life situations and circumstances. These manifestations are in accordance with your spiritual path, and Kuan Yin will support you in their manifestation with her sky dance, which calls the divine light of inspiration and support onto the earthly creation so that we can experience the divine from here on earth. The way the sky dancer Kuan Yin is the Yin way, or the way of divine magnetism. Yin power is the consciousness and the beingness that allows us to draw into our lives that which we desire. we become attractive to it. Wealth, well-being, peace, passion, purpose, friendship, support, success, and so on. Rather than going out and striving for it as though we do not have it within us already, we can grow in our ability to simply be and become simultaneously. Until we experience it physically in our lives, it is only a matter of time until it happens. To cultivate yin power and to allow creation to manifest in your physical reality, you can focus more on allowing, flowing, surrendering, and participating in the greater flow rather than the usual ways in the Western culture of doing, making things happen, forcing, intending, and holding. Kuan Yin guides you to the now to balance doing with being. Beingness is presence, and it is appreciation. It is a joyful stillness and wonder, and it is the realization within you that you are a spiritual magnet, and whatever you want to attract, you can. Simply by cultivating the qualities you seek to experience externally within you. She guides you to skydance with her now and become receptive to the heavenly energies and to allow the manifestations to blossom like flowers falling from her divine feet. This card makes so much sense in regards to this. Your mom was always doing to give you everything that you wanted. Like, you grew up in a place of action. A place of always on the go. Go, 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 go. Doing. Like, I have to receive. But she never actually knew how to be in order to receive. She just knew how to take action and to get. Like, it was crazy. Like, this energy coming through, it's like she worked so hard and she just never gave up. And that's why she manifested the things that she wanted. And now Source is calling you to become the opposite of that. It's okay to still be active, and yet at the same time you really need to find spaces to just be, like sitting in nature, going outside by the river, maybe just sitting in a lawn chair somewhere, or going to the pool and just being, not even swimming, just being at the pool and just being there. You know, open-eyed meditation. Like, these are things that you can do that will actually help you manifest in greater abundance than what your mom knew how to manifest for you. Whew, I just got the chills. She wants to give you a hug. She wants to hug you so much. She misses you. Oh, she loves you so much. Like, the love that's coming through from her is so deep. It's just that she's so, as a person, as a human, she's like so logical and reasonable that it's almost like her physical human form had no time for emotions, but it didn't cause her to not be loving. It just, she loves you so much. And I just felt like her hands go all the way down my arms. It was so crazy. I just got the chills, like so crazy. She just wants to give you a hug, and she loves you, and she just wants you to know that you're amazing and that you'll always do better than she ever could dream of. And she's just so proud of you. She doesn't hold any animosity towards you about anything. She's not sad that she had you. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. It's just so crazy. She's not sad that she had you. You were never a mistake. You were everything to her, and she was so happy to have you, the most beautiful baby in the world. And she never stopped loving you like the first day she set eyes on you. She'd never stop loving you like that, and she just wants you to know that. She wants you to know that. Wow, that word took me so crazy right now. You're so amazing, she says, and she just wants you to have the best of the best. And if this message helps you to get that, then she's so happy she could be here in this moment to give that to you. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to tell you how it is, she says. Oh man, I'm smiling and crying at the same time. This is a weird thing. Woo. She's so proud of you. She's so proud of you. She could have never imagined you turn into the person that you turned into because of how she raised you. But she just looks at you and smiles, and she just knows that she did okay. You're her reason for everything. And she never gave that to you. She never told that to you, and she apologizes with that. And she doesn't want your forgiveness. She just wants you to shine. Shine as bright as you ever could, and that will be everything to her. Well. Oh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry and not sorry at the same time. Whew. You're the completion. She says you're the completion, and she couldn't have loved you more if she'd even tried. She says she thinks that you think you thought you were a mistake. You were always a burden to her. And you never were. And you never once were. You never once were. She wanted to make sure that you had everything that she never had. And if that made you feel like a burden, she's so sorry, because never once were you a burden. You amazed her at every step of the way. You amazed her every step of the way, and you amazed her every turn. Sometimes she would just stare at you because she couldn't believe how lucky she was to have you. She was so serious the whole reading, like not serious but so blunt, and then the emotion that came over. Wow. I'm so taken aback by that, guys. I'm so taken aback by that. So I hope this gave you guys some clarity and light. But never once did she think that you were a burden to her. Never once did she think that you were a mistake. Never once did she think that you were anything but what you were, a blessing. She was so blessed. She feels so blessed to have you, to have had you, to have carried this amazing gift. And now she sets you free so you can be that gift to the world that she always knew you would be. So your guys' reading went a lot longer than everybody else's. I was not expecting that at the end. I really thought that was going to be it. But that's what she has for you guys. I hope that this really helped you out. I hope that this really gave you some light and clarity. And with that being said, I'm going to leave it there. But please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel down below, set that notification bell so you guys always know when the next video does go live. And with that being said, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love. Until we meet each other again. Mwah. Peace out. I love y'all. Bye.